Good, cool. All right, hey everyone.
Hi.
This is Techspin Live, and we got a good show lined up for you today. First off, that's us. I'm Rick.
I'm Shane.
Howdy. All right, so breaking news. What we got? First off, we got the new Ryzen. Ryzen second gen just launched, right? And now we have the Ryzen 2800. What? 2800X is going to be coming out. So for those people who just rushed out and bought a Ryzen 2700, I'm just joking. It's still an awesome chip. It's still a really, really great chip. However, the AMD's future plans are going to be involved with getting a chip lined up to compete with the new Coffee Lake that's going to be coming out this summer. And yeah, so evidently this is going to have a higher clock speed to be able to compete. And it looks like it's going to be probably a little bit more expensive than the Ryzen 7 1800X, which is $330 US. Not too bad. So yeah, that looks pretty good. What we got? Right, and let me show you this article here. This is courtesy. This is from the WCCF Tech.com site, which is really great. I just remapped one of my keys here, so it's not technically working. It should be working. It's not working. I'll show them yours.
Okay.
Because that is working. Great. Okay. I'll have to do it manually. That's all good. Okay, so yeah, here's the article. It's from WCCFtech.com, and they had a nice article as to it's coming up. So that's pretty awesome. Next one we got is it was just working before broadcast.
Why don't we quickly do that on mine?
Okay. I got the next one. Ready. Oop. We're trained professionals, so don't try this at home. Can you wait a second? Let me switch the scene here.
Yeah.
There we go. All right. Now it's up to you.
Okay, it's just number 2.
This is number 2. So yeah, of course, the big news, April 19th was the launch of Ryzen second generation. And I already watched some of the benchmarking results on Linus Tech Tips. And what was the other one I saw? One more site as well. And it looks like the Ryzen 2 is actually a very, very good value, especially for the money. You get tons of cores, more so than Intel. And it's definitely better at some of the stuff than Intel. It always seems to be like this, whereas, for gaming and other benchmarks, it seems to be pretty good. Like Cinebench is quite good. However, for raw rendering power, especially if you're a web producer or a content producer like I am, then i7-8600 is still one of the top chips for that. It beats out the Ryzen just a little bit for this kind of content.
What's the price point like?
They're both about equal at $330
okay.
US dollars, so it's fairly comparable. Yeah, but definitely for a lot of other tasks, it's on par, if not slightly better than the i7 that launched recently. So
yeah, well, I was briefly glancing over the article, and one of the things that they were suggesting is that AMD is definitely making a push with the Ryzen to try and kind of reinvigorate the competitive spirit with Intel. So
yeah. As you can see, the second gen Ryzen they launched 2700X is $329, 2700 is $299, and the difference of that would be the clock speed, which is 200 megahertz more for the X, as well as a different cooler. And you have the 2600X at $229, and also the 2600 at $199, which is really amazing. You still get almost a 4 gigahertz chip. Well, sorry, at 3.4 with boost, it's almost 4, and that's for $200, which is really, really amazing for that set.
Let's throw up the cooling units.
Yeah, good job. All right, and yeah, so with this is showcasing the Stealth, the Spire, and the
Max.
Max.
Yeah.
And what you won't see here is the upgraded, which is the Wraith. I had a shot of that somewhere. I'm missing seconds before broadcast here. But yeah, I chose this one specifically. Oh yeah, sorry. The Wraith Max is on the right hand side, just underneath our graphic here, and it has 140 watt TDP. It does dissipate a lot of heat. However, I saw on the benchmarks that they're still hitting the thermal throttle, so it's still hitting like 90 or something like that. So, but Stealth and Spire are included with the lower end units, as we saw in the previous graphic. I gotta adjust something quickly on the camera. Sorry. 1 second. Thank you to Irene, who has said that our stream looks a little dark today. There we go. I was trying to film at a lower ISO. Evidently, that didn't work out so well. Oh, that's much better. There we go. Okay. Okay, great. And yeah, the first graphic came from Tweaktown for the release information, and the second graphic here came from smallformfactor.net. So thank you very much, guys, for putting that information up to the public. That's awesome. Oh, and of course, they said they're going to be launching the new Ryzen in the summer to compete with Intel's. Well, here it is. So this is the alleged, so we don't know if it's going to be this one exactly. However, they did an anniversary chip a year back or something like that. So this will be the Intel iCore 40th anniversary. And yeah, evidently, it's going to have 4 gigahertz base and 5.1 gigahertz boost, as you can see on the graphic there. This one is from, again, wccftech.com. And yeah, so it looks really amazing. The differences would be, let's see here. Because the original i7-8700K will have the same 95 watt TDP, which is the power that it draws. And its base frequency is 3.7 gigs. This one will be another 300 up on that. And the boost for the 8700 would be 4.7 gigs, and this will be 5.1, which is really amazing. I just remembered like a couple years back where they're like, the very first chip to hit 5 gigahertz it's incredible, and now they're releasing one that boosts to 5 is pretty epic. You're really quiet today.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't do like a lot of hardware assembly, so I usually don't kind of pay attention to that.
No worries, no worries. But I believe the next one you may have some input on, which is the PUBG. The PUBG is coming up, and of course it's not working. Right, there we go. Okay.
Okay, yeah, actually I do have a couple of things to say about this.
This is from Kotaku.com, by the way.
Okay, so mouse and keyboard users are dominating PUBG Mobile. Now, first of all, credit to them for their creativity. Yep. You mentioned that to me earlier, and I can't disagree with that. You know, they saw an advantage. You know, they took that advantage, and you know, kudos to them for that. However, the fact that they continue to dominate using a keyboard and mouse on an emulator, they have their own arena for that. So why do they have to, you know, keep plaguing the mobile market with that? That's not fair to the people who are honestly, like, you know, playing the game on the move.
Yeah, on their phones or something.
Yeah,
yeah, that is true. It's technically not an emulator; it's actually a ported version, so it's just the mobile version. But yeah, I know what you mean.
There are some people who are emulating too. It is mentioned.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow! So they're using their PC or whatever to emulate the Android software and then run. Oh, I see.
So yeah, you know, I mean, seriously, you know, clever, but.
So if you're getting slaughtered in PUBG Mobile, now you know why.
Well, I mean, the other thing too is, you know, it's a combination between that and a lot of new users are kind of underestimating the level in the game because of the bots, which, you know, they're already being criticized for, where they'll go in and there's not enough people to fill the arena. So part of that is filled, you know, with bots, which make for easy kills. Oh, wow. And then all of a sudden you get some guy who, like, you know, jumps in there with a you know, keyboard and mouse, and just totally slaughters everybody. Like,
wow.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, so next up.
All right, Nintendo Kirby Star Allies 2.0 update. New friends, well, not so much new friends join the party. This kind of pulls back some old friends.
From the 90s.
From the 90s, which, you know, from people who've been gaming for a really long time, it's always nice when you get that revisit some of those old games or old characters.
I have no idea what he's talking about right now.
No, he doesn't. He just started gaming yesterday.
That's right.
But it looks like, you know, he really likes it.
I remember getting through high school with a little Kirby on the Game Boy or whatever, and that was always fun. That game was really excellent. It played amazingly.
All the way back on that monochrome screen.
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. What do we got here? Next one up. We got the... Final Fantasy 15. The director of Final Fantasy 15 is going to lead a new Square Enix studio. And this article is from Gamasutra, Gamasutra.com. Basically, the Hajime Tabata, the game's director, will be heading up this studio, and they're going to call it Luminous Productions, and based in Tokyo. So that's really awesome because I've seen a little bit of Final Fantasy 15. We played a tiny bit on the big screen over there.
Yeah.
And looks amazing. It looks really nice. So I'm really excited to see what they're going to come up with next, because that direction and the engine that they built for that is going to be used evidently in the next projects. And it's an amazing engine. We only saw like maybe 10-15 minutes of gameplay, but you see any gameplay online, it's just...
Well, I mean, you know, Final Fantasy has always, you know, been really, really good for just sort of pushing the boundaries of like the most visually stunning games that, you know, quite frankly, that are out on the market as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 6 for Super Nintendo. Well, Final Fantasy, what was that, 4? Final Fantasy 3, sorry.
Yeah.
US release, the actual title would be Final Fantasy 6 before they started using that same for both regions.
Yeah.
Push the boundaries of what an RPG could do, and with the cinematic cutscenes, and, well, you know what I mean. It was still 8-bit graphics, or 8-bit graphics, but it was still like amazing. Final Fantasy 7 came out for PlayStation. That had that. I remember firing that up and having that awesome CG intro, which was the first time that you ever had anything like that in your house, and you're just sitting back like, whoa, this is amazing. Yeah. And it just continued to innovate and push the boundaries.
Just like every single time the world just gets more interactive, the world just gets more visually stunning. You know, the cutscenes are just blow you away, like cinematic quality.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, so yeah, I'm definitely excited to see what they come up with.
That's cool. Cool.
Okay.
What do we got next?
PlayStation VR. Looks like that there's been a bit of a price drop, $100 off the current going price, so it's now listed at $299 US.
Yeah, it used to be up at $399, and if you're jumping into this, you know, well, I don't know if I should do VR. I mean, this value for VR is quite good.
Yeah, I mean it's less money than a standard console anyway, and it looks like they do have a few things lined up.
This is Curtis. This is from the blog US PlayStation.com website. Yeah, and they also have and it comes with Doom bundled as well. So you have your controller, you have the VR headset, you can play Doom. I'm not good with scary games in VR, man. You can't run away.
Yeah. Although, you know, I don't. Doom is like scary light. Yeah,
but compared to Resident Evil, I'll
or you know, are you afraid of the dark, or you know?
That's true. Okay, so we adjusted that. Thank you, Irene. I see you in chat there. And the one thing I should mention is that this bundle does not have the Move controllers with it. It's only the headset and the game, but still for that price is quite good. I did check, and if you want to get a pair of new controllers, it goes for $100. I think it's like $76 if you get the older version. There's an older version as well, but that's from Amazon. So there we go. All right, I will get the next one coming up here. Whose screen are we on? Are we on your screen? I have no
idea. That one came off my screen, yeah.
See what too much coffee does? Too much coffee is, makes you go like this. All right, there we go.
Look, even the desk is shaking.
Oh no. All right. Okay, so for our next one here is No Man's Sky. Great, the game that everyone loves to poop on. At No Man's Sky, Sean Murray. But at the same time, I think he was, forced to make a lot of promises or given information that wasn't, reflective of the final release date of the game. So.
Well, yeah. According to the article, is like now they're actually starting to be able to live up to the promises that they made. Yeah. And they're just with their last update, they were actually, I guess, reinvigorated. They were inspired to work even harder and so they're really excited about their next update, which is actually called Next.
Yeah. And this one, it's up on your screen now. Yeah, so basically, and no matter what we say about, Sean or our feelings about Sean, and this is from nomansky.com, by the way, he's continued to work on this project, and he's obviously, he's got his heart and soul into it, and, that no matter what people say, I played the hell out of No Man's Sky. I played at least 80 hours of that game, and it was amazing. It didn't maybe live up to the hype, but the experience you got from day one, I was a day one purchaser, and I was not disappointed. It was amazing. You could crawl through all these caverns and caves and fight, monsters. Although the monsters did kind of seem all similar, but it wasn't. It was a great experience, and you had different kind of creatures and fauna, and you got to some planets where you found some cool stuff, and other like sentinel planets where you're constantly being hunted and stuff. There wasn't the level of immersion like for the space, like out in outer space with space battles and stuff. I was kind of hoping for like a space sim shooter a little bit more, but what it gave from day one was really amazing. And now they're doing updates for this. Did you read about these updates yet?
I glanced at them briefly. To be honest, I actually haven't played the game, so I don't really have a huge...
Well, the update that we're talking about right now, that was the... it's actually coming to Xbox, and it's also coming with 4K upgrades for Xbox
One.
Yeah.
Actually, that part I did read.
Yeah, so that's really awesome, and users of that experience will definitely enjoy that. I mean, Xbox owners have been waiting patiently, hopefully waiting patiently for the game, so...
Although that's really really hard to say, because a lot of times if you see a game and you're like, hey, I really want that, you hold on to that, I really want that for only so long, and then you notice something that just kind of fills that void. Yep,
that's true. Or you could obviously just play it on PC.
Yeah, but quick note about hype is it's really easy to buy in the hype and then be disappointed. So I think it's just really important for everyone to kind of step back and go, okay, well, it's not what they said it was going to be, but is it good content?
Yeah, and it definitely was. It definitely was.
Same with movies. Like I notice a lot of people, there'll be like a comic book or a book adaptation or whatever, and then so many fans are really excited when it's coming out, and then they go and see it and they're like, well, that's not how it was.
Yeah,
it's like, well, it's a different medium. You kind of have to.
Well, I mean, you got to be excited though, like regardless. Like Lord of the Rings is a good example of that too, because the book fans, the book had this and this. Yeah, but you're portraying, you have actors, you have a whole team, you have a whole workshop making all this stuff, and you got to put it all together in a way that's interesting. And maybe you haven't read the book, like me. I never read the books, and I found the movie to be amazing. Like, it was just visually stunning. The plot was interesting, and sure, okay, they missed a whole bunch of parts from the book and stuff, but you got to compress that into something that people will want to sit through in the movie theater. You can't have a 5-hour long movie, right? So there you go.
And it's one thing is that when everybody reads a book, they all kind of have a slightly different imagining of
Sure.
what it is that they're reading.
Sure.
And so it's not like you can go around and poll everybody and go, well, you know, I talked to like, you know, 30 different people, and, you know, they all kind of have a slightly different imagining.
Yeah.
Which one do you want to see?
Yeah. Speaking of books, let's just jump a point ahead for a second here because this ties right in.
Okay.
One of our headlines here was going to be The Witcher TV series, and this is also from WCCFtech.com. It's like I like that website or something. It's a really good source for tech news. So, but yeah, The Witcher TV. I'm so excited.
I'm actually pretty excited about that too.
And it's going to be on Netflix, and it's done by the same director, Lauren Schmidt-Hisrich, who did Daredevil and Defenders, and some other ones too that I don't care about. But Daredevil was awesome on Netflix. Yeah.
You know, I have a lot of good expectations just based off of that alone. But, you know, I mean, the story that it's coming from, I remember reading back a ways that the writer of the books was not too thrilled about the Netflix series, but...
No, I heard that, for me, my information might be a little bit different than yours, or a different source. I heard that he was actually unhappy with the way the game took the book's storyline. However, he's interested in doing this TV series. But come on, man, like seriously, you got a book, you're now famous, you're raking in royalties due to this game, and the quality of content, the direction, the cutscenes, the storylines, it was just amazing.
Well, and I mean, you know, bringing that over to Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones was pretty popular as a series of books, but when HBO put out the TV series, again, a lot of people were sitting there poking a little bit at the idea that that's not how that happened in the book. Where's this character? That character didn't say or do that. That character should be dead already. And George R. R. Martin came right out and said at one point in an interview, he's like, if you read the books, what would be different about watching the TV show if they tried to follow everything that it did exactly?
I like the surprises. You know, like there's a small plot twist or something that, you know, should happen now, happens later or sooner. You know, it creates an unexpected thing. And, you know, I want to enjoy the presentation, you know, and if you go in with a mindset like it should be like this, then you're not getting the idea. That,
well, and by the by the time that the first season had finished, I'd already read the fifth book.
Wow.
So, you know, for me it was kind of, you know, exciting to see a slightly different story. Like it was, you know, characters that I loved, it was a story that I loved, but, you know, it was a different take on it. And, you know, you kind of, like I said, you know, if you've read the books, why, you know, see the movie or, you know, the TV show, or if you watch the TV show, what's the point of reading the books, especially since he hasn't even finished the series.
Yeah, that's true. All right, next point.
All right.
It's already up there for you.
Nintendo Switch system updates and change history.
That's the right one. Yep.
All right.
There we go. Basically, this one is just a very quickie. Nintendo Switch got an update. Yay! That's pretty much the news story here. They said general system stability improvements and what else?
I think mainly it was like a bug fix and a slight tweaking to different features, like the
user icons.
The recommended friend user icons.
Yeah.
To user icons.
And something with the motion controllers too. There's a small bug with the motion controllers, so that got fixed in this update, which is great. All right, next one. Let's keep it rolling here. Next one we got is the we got Windows 10 Pro plus Office, and it's from tweettown.com. This is a really, really great deal for you guys. They have CD-KEY has a huge discount of like 86% off, so you can get Windows 10 Pro and Office 2016 Pro for just $40, which is really amazing. It's a hair under 40, but yeah. if you go to Tweakstown site, they have a code that you can use to get, I think it's another 10% off, which brings it down to that price, which is really amazing. And speaking of which, which is here, I got to remember to switch these.
That's okay. I totally missed that one until you noticed it.
Okay. So here's a quick article on that from Tweaktown. And in addition to this, they actually have another one, which is from, if you just want Windows 10, and that one is just $14. And with the, there we go. And with the, it's an OEM key, just $14. And then with their code, Tweaktown's code, then you'll get an extra 10% off. So there we go. So go to their site, grab the code. The links for, by the way, the links for all these articles are in the description. So definitely go to these sites, show them some love. Okay.
Well, I think that also includes the Office Pro in that deal.
The first bundle does.
Yeah, the
second bundle does not. It's only for Windows Pro.
Okay.
OEM. But still, $40 for the bundle of the two is amazing.
Yeah.
You know, that's really great. All right, next up we got the ASRock X470 Taichi. That's coming up.
Okay, let me just set that up.
One more. There we go.
There we go.
Alrighty.
All right.
This is from videocards.com. And yeah, let's throw up the pictures of the video boards, the motherboards here. And they got leaked, so yeah, it's really, really nice looking motherboards here. And this 470, that's Ryzen, I believe. AMD, yeah, AMD. So these are made for the new Ryzen chips, which are really, really nice. Oh, you want the Taichi or the Taichi Ultimate? Which one looks better for you?
On a brief glance, the Ultimate looked a little bit better. I'm not sure exactly.
I do like the gray styling. I like, like gradients of color like that, especially if you're doing case building. You want something that kind of pops out. And yeah, I like the Ultimate's design just a little bit more. And plus that circle for the Taichi illuminates. That's sweet. It's really nice. I was actually either considering doing this one or the. I was looking at getting a Tomahawk for Intel from MSI, so that's something interesting too. Alrighty. I gotta figure out my hotkeys here. Next article we got is from Bloomberg.com, and this one is Apple plans to use its own chips in Macs from 2020.
Yeah, actually, it was kind of funny because I read this article this morning, and then I actually went back and read it again, just based off of a discussion that Rick and I were having regarding this. Last stream, we were talking about how somebody leaked a memo from Apple about like leaking information.
Yeah.
Well, apparently nobody read the memo because this is actually leaked information. I did go back and confirm that the people that they were getting this information from wanted to keep their names anonymous because this is private confidential information.
Yeah.
And Apple did not want this information to get out. Now, on top of that, Intel had basically refused any comment, basically saying that they don't answer to customer speculation. And so I guess they're just waiting to hear from Apple as to whether or not this is actually the plan.
When I was doing research for that article, I pulled up another one where I saw that there's a website, wrote an article about, sorry, I forgot from where, that Intel chips are stagnating now. They say, oh, Intel's got no future development plans. They're going to hit their end-of-life tick-tock cycle where they refine and they release a new architecture, which is smaller and stuff. Well, it's gone down to 14 nanometers, which is incredibly tiny and small. So we're getting probably to the point where they're going to have to go like quantum after this or something. But I don't really believe that they're stagnating. I mean, okay, so you find out how to optimize your chips better. And the point is, I mean, like, how much power does the average consumer need? Yeah. If you buy the top-of-the-line i7-8086K chip, you have a massive beast of a CPU. I mean...
Well, yeah, and I mean... again, we were discussing this earlier, is it all depends on the application. Like, what are you doing with it? you know, once the application and interface, that's another really important thing, is when does processing actually outperform our ability to interface with it?
Right.
You know, but if there are other developments that, you know, come up with applications that actually require this level of processing and, you know, improve our ability to interface with it, then, you know, good on them for
yeah,
you know, paving the way. But yeah,
I guess my point would be like for the average end user,
yeah,
Intel's cycle of, you know, innovation, and it's not going to affect us. I mean, like for the average end user,
yeah.
For content creators, okay, sure, of course, we can always use a more powerful chip. We want to render faster. We want to create things with you know, in a shorter amount of time. Yeah. Oh, okay, I get that. But for your average consumer, it's not, you know, not a big deal.
Although, you know, that being said, we now live in an age, like over the last decade, where social media has produced a vast number of content creators.
Yeah.
You know,
myself included.
Yeah, you know, whether
ourselves included.
Yeah, whether it's, you know, on a professional scale or just as a hobby. But, you know, if you think of the different types of content, you got, you know, people making videos, people making movies, people doing animation, writing their own games, apps, like you name it. And now a lot of that has been somewhat redistributed by developers out into the public, and using social media as a platform in order to, like, you know, launch products that would otherwise never see the light of day.
Yeah, no, that's good. And, you know, you know, individual innovation and development is really good for the market. So yeah, of course, stronger chips will benefit that.
You know, like I studied digital animation shortly after I got out of high school, but at the time, schooling for that was ridiculously expensive. It's come down a little bit over the years. The
computers you needed for that would have been, you know, massively
you know, like
expensive.
We're talking about, like, you know, when Pentium was brand new, and, you know, half of our school was still stocked with 3 and 486s just for the purpose of 3D modeling, and you didn't get to use the Pentium or the SGI until you were ready to render. You know, it's.
Let's do the next one here.
Big difference.
Big difference. That's true. Yeah.
Okay, so are we ready to? We go.
This article is from blogusplaystation.com.
Yeah, actually, so far there isn't a lot of footage of this game, but it does look good. What little I saw.
Are you a Spider-Man fan?
A little bit.
I'm a huge Spider-Man fan, man. I can't wait for this game. We saw, like, there's a trailer online, and I think they demoed it at E3 or something like this.
Well, I watched the trailer that was linked right off this site, and it is more of a teaser than an actual trailer. But, you know, they do have, like, a lot of you know, really, really short clips to show the different things that Spider-Man can do in this. And also, I guess one of the big features is multiple costumes to select from, which they will be releasing, I guess, more teasers as
DLC.
Yeah. Well, not even as DLC, like just revealing what the costumes are.
Oh, cool.
They're actually going to release more teasers between now and.
That's awesome. Yeah, if this game is anything like, I was playing Batman Arkham Asylum and that kind of PC experience, and that game was really awesome. Like, you know, you could fly and grapple things, and if this game is anything like that, it's going to be amazing.
Well, it looks like in one of the clips that they showed in that teaser, it looks like either car rolled or somebody threw a car at him, and he actually, like, you know, catches the car upside down. You know, and
sweet.
Yeah, so like if that's actual gameplay and not just a cutscene, that'll be fantastic.
Or you get flattened by the car because you're not fast.
Yeah, because you
your Spider Sense was on vacation. You know.
Yeah.
So for this one, we got the standard game it'll be releasing September 2018. Not that far away. Standard edition is $60. The digital deluxe edition is $80, $79.99, and includes the base game plus access to post-launch DLC, maybe some extra costumes and stuff. Also, the DLC will actually be like extra gameplay as well. It includes 3 packs as part of the City That Never Sleeps DLC series. Ooh, I'm looking forward to that. And a collectible pin. And one more, we got the collector's edition at $149.99. Has all the digital deluxe as well as a statue designed by a Gentle Giant and a steelbook for the game. And an art book as well, which is really awesome. Yeah, Spider-Man art sounds sweet. Yeah, I need to prep my screen here. Next one. Yep. Good, cool, okay. Next one we have is Super Mario Odyssey. It gets 2 free new costumes, and this is off the Japanese Nintendo.co.jp site. Basically, the article just says that it's going to be releasing these two costumes. They should be out already, so I'm not too sure that's going to affect the American Switches as well. But hopefully, it should trickle down pretty soon because they're pretty good with that.
How has Nintendo been for releasing things to North America closely to when it comes out in Japan?
As far as I've heard and seen on the on different forums and for Switch releases and that kind of stuff, it's been pretty good with it so far, which is nice because usually Nintendo releases for Japan and you're like eventually Nintendo of America will catch up a year later or something. But hopefully these will get transferred over pretty quickly for that. So yeah, baseball and a spacesuit costume for there. And speaking of Nintendo Switch,
did you throw that up?
Oh yeah, I already threw this up on the
okay. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't realize.
Yeah, we're on the next one already.
All right. Okay. Sorry, my bad.
You need to click first.
Yeah. There
Speaking of Nintendo Switch.
All right. Sales of Nintendo Switch have reached 4 million units.
So this is from VG247.com. And yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, okay. So basically the Nintendo Switch is killing it in Japan. They've done really, really well, and that's a really large user base for them. And this is for the figures released for the week ending March 25th. So 3.9 million units sold in Japan, which is really amazing. So there we go.
Yeah, I'm still considering whether or not, I don't want to get one, but I like the whole concept behind it.
Yeah.
And I mean, let's face it, Nintendo games, they tend to have like a lot of really fun content. Especially for multiplayer.
Yeah, they really do. So I'm looking forward to that. Eventually we're going to pick one up here too, and we're considering doing some Twitch or something in the future. Doing some gaming, where you get to watch 2 guys play games very badly. It should be a very interesting Twitch stream. Like, why am I falling off this cliff?
Be like handing your grandpa a video game controller for the very first time.
Oh, what does this button do here? Oh,
dang, damn it!
All right, cool. So yeah, that's the topics for this live stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Our live stream is definitely better with you guys in it. So if you see this, we should be hopefully broadcasting around Saturday night or Sunday early morning. This is our time slot that we're shooting for because we have enough time to set up on Sunday our time in Taipei, which is a number of hours ahead.
Yeah.
But so we'll try and adjust it a little bit and find the best time for everyone. But definitely come and join our live stream. We love to see your comments, and we definitely have some tech experience that we can contribute here. So, and if you have any ideas for future episodes, you want us to talk about some other topics or whatever, definitely throw that in.
Any sort of media, video games, or whatever specific games you want us to look into, or what's available overseas. We could also probably get into that.
Yeah. Oh, an update. I've been super busy this week. I have my jobs plural during the week. I had an event yesterday which I was preparing for. So the Damascus video is almost done. We're doing something very special.
Yeah. I'm actually looking forward to seeing it.
I get to speak Chinese.
And like I said, I'm looking forward to seeing it.
I'm actually releasing this episode both in English and Chinese. I think I'll probably try and create a Chinese channel as well. Let's see how that goes. I know you guys may not be interested in that, but I'm basically making one video with 2 different layers. So one's going to be English, one's Chinese. It's taken a lot of preparing and planning and stuff, but it's almost done. I'm just right after this, I'm going to work on the voiceover section for it. So hopefully you'll see that pretty soon. And this week we got what coming up? Wednesday.
Avengers Infinity War.
Yeah, we're going to go see it in 40X. Yeah, man. That's going to be awesome. So you can expect a quick live stream and or episode right after that. Yeah. I don't know what we're going to make.
Definitely going to make sure it's a no spoiler version, because we know that it comes out here first and then you guys get it a couple of days later in North America. So don't worry about like tuning in. We're not going to say anything to ruin the film.
Yeah.
Mostly we'll just be talking about like, you know, our impressions, our reactions, how it is with 40X effects.
Yeah, and we've actually done no spoilers before, and we did a pretty good job.
Yeah, I think so far we've not managed to spoil anything that we've talked about.
Maybe not in a live stream. We'll do an episode instead, so that way, you know.
Yeah, we'll go through an edit. But
that's probably a better idea, just in case, because you know.
Yeah.
Marvel's awesome.
Maybe just like a really quick like live stream of like, oh my god.
And if you haven't seen the trailers for Infinity Wars yet, please see the trailers. Or if you're one of the people who don't want to see the trailers, because I get that too.
Yeah.
Then just wait just a little bit longer. It's going to be worth it.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll constantly remind you to, you know, this is what it's about. And if you haven't seen it, you haven't seen the trailers, then. But
there's a guy who wants a glove. That's all I can tell you.
Now, is it Michael Jackson's glove?
It could be.
Could be.
It's sparkly. It has jewels in it. So.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks a lot for joining us. And please be sure to subscribe and click the bell notification if you want to see new content like this. And we have more episodes coming up this week, so please stay tuned.
Yeah, and please feel free to comment down below. We'd love to hear from you. So
that's it for today.
Take care.
Thank you so much. See you again soon.
See you around.